When we're talking about success, obviously success is different, means different things to different people. Success for you might be that you're working 3 days a week and you're getting to spend more time with your family and friends. Success might mean a £1 million business or a global business. Success might be making your first sale online. Whatever success is to you, every business really needs strong foundations. And for me, those strong foundations are always around systems and structure. How strong are the foundations in your business? The who, what, and how of your business. When we're talking about the who have you got in your business? Who supports you? Now, whether you have internal people already, as in you employ them, or whether they are, whether you use outside suppliers, who are those people? How do they share your values? In fact, here's a question: have you even worked out what your values are? And when I'm talking about values, I'm not talking about a list of cliches that you might have drummed up and stuck on a wall. I'm talking about those things that are really important to you about how you operate your business. Those lines that you won't cross. The things that you want anybody you work with to share. When people make poor hiring decisions, quite often it's because they haven't worked out what their own values are, and therefore they haven't hired to those values. When you've got somebody working with you who just doesn't fit, who's never fitted, it's usually because they didn't share your values in the first place. And quite often we rush to hire, and when you rush to do anything, you usually make mistakes, don't you? Things done in haste. What is it? Do in haste, repent at leisure. Making strong hiring decisions relies on you understanding those values, understanding what's important to you about the way you do business. When you're writing your values, don't think about one word. I must have a one-word value. I see that so many times in a business. They've come up with a list of one words. It's more, we are, we will do, we will be. We will always do what we say we will. We will respect one another. We will be open and honest in our communication with one another and with our customers and suppliers. Those are the sorts of values I'm talking about. Things that people understand. Things that you resonate with. And when you're hiring somebody, you can dig into. You can really spend time finding out what makes people tick to make sure that they fit you and your business. There's a question I love to ask, particularly the sort of small successful businesses I work with. If you could rehire all of your team tomorrow, how many would make the cut? It's a great question, isn't it? It makes you think. How many people would you rehire tomorrow if you were given the chance to? Because, we've all made mistakes in the past with hiring. Sometimes it's because we've hired in a hurry to fill an immediate need. Sometimes it's just because their CV looked great. They seem to tick all the boxes, but we haven't actually thought about who they are. We haven't thought about what makes them tick. We haven't thought about how they will fit with our team. We've just seen the CV and gone, wow, that's impressive. And don't forget, at the end of the day, a CV is just a list of experiences. It doesn't tell you how well somebody did the job. It doesn't tell you, how well they were received by the team that they were working with. It just says that they did a job, that they had certain responsibilities. So really think about that when you're hiring, because success is in a business is all about the people. It is all about the people, because even when you work on your own, you've still got people around you to help get the job done. But it's always about the people. So taking time, having a really robust hiring system, really thinking about who you're hiring, not settling for anybody that isn't right for your team. Going with your gut, because your gut is your values. You know, when you say, oh God, that just didn't feel right, that's your values. That's something in you that says, that just isn't right. So when you feel that, when you're interviewing somebody, think about that. Don't hire them if it just doesn't feel right, if they don't feel right, they don't feel like a good fit. Because, as I say, in terms of the who, what and how of your business, the who is probably, well, it certainly is the most important. So get that hiring system in place. Make sure that you really understand yourself and your values, and then hire those people who really match those values.